Good afternoon. An investigation has been launched after an 8-year-old girl suffered fatal injuries when she became trapped under logs in a forest near Bender Loch in Argyll yesterday. She died at the scene of the incident, which happened close to an industrial logging site. A 12-year-old girl who was with her was also injured. Our senior reporter Sharon Frew has more.
This is one of the entrances to Ben Laura. As you can see, the pathway to the hillside has been sealed off, and it's been this way since logging began here in March. Emergency services were called to this hillside yesterday afternoon following reports that children had become trapped underneath logs. An 8-year-old girl suffered fatal injuries. A 12-year-old girl was airlifted to hospital in Oban, and she's now been transferred to hospital in Glasgow for further treatment. The reaction in this community to what happened is one of deep shock.
To think that such a tragedy could happen. It's horrifying. It's a place of recreation and fun and enjoyment and exercise. It's yes, it's awful such a thing.
The Forestry Commission and the contractor who was working on this site are now assisting the Health and Safety Executive with its investigation. Both have expressed their deepest condolences to the young girl's family.
Scientists in Aberdeen have found traces of blood on items recovered in the search for missing toddler Ben Needham. Ben went missing on the Greek island of Kos 26 years ago today. It's thought he may have been killed by a digger during construction work. The samples will now be tested for DNA.
Several items have been found at a few sites on the island of Kos, ranging from material believed to possibly have belonged to Ben and items of footwear and various other artefacts which were found at the locations of interest. That is now in the hands of the biologists to try and work out who left that material and who that DNA belongs to.
Now, an appeal against plans to bring in minimum pricing for alcohol in Scotland is getting underway at the UK's highest court. The Scotch Whisky Association argues that the Scottish Government's minimum unit proposals breach European law and could hit the exports markets hard. But the Scottish Government says the move could help tackle alcohol-related harm. Now here's Sean with the weather forecast.
STV Weather, sponsored by Thompson.
Good afternoon. We've got a very slight northerly airflow, and that means across northern parts of Lewis the cloud will come and go. Across the north of the mainland, Caithness, the Northern Isles, Murray, and also into Aberdeenshire and coastal parts of Angus. But inland, though, lots of blue skies, and across the Highlands today, temperatures widely into the low 20s, 23 possible around Fort William. Through tonight, the cloud continues to stream in from the north. Also, a lot of cloud developing in central parts as well. But across the Highlands, temperatures locally into single figures with the clearest skies. For Mary tomorrow, a lot of cloud to start the day, but that breaking up into the afternoon. A few scattered showers developing across the Highlands and Murray.
STV Weather, sponsored by Thompson.
Well, that's all we've got time for the moment. The STV News at 6 will have a full roundup of the day's news and sport. But until then, have a very good afternoon. Bye-bye.